Hello and welcome to Thought for March the 29th. Our readings are Numbers chapter 11, Proverbs chapter 7 and Luke chapter 21. And our thought is foreboding of what is coming on the world. Foreboding is not a word we use much these days. The dictionary says it means having a premonition of something evil or harmful. Jesus used it, as translated by the ESV in our reading today, in Luke chapter 21 verse 26. He forecasts that just before he returns to earth, there will be distress of nations in perplexity, people fainting with fear and foreboding of what is coming on the world. In our younger days, there was optimism that even better times were coming because of the new inventions in many areas. This was not just in the things we buy or for our homes, but the better fertilisers and increasing productivity. Clever scientists and inventors were making life better and better. And when communism collapsed, as the Berlin Wall came down in 1989, it seemed the world was entering a new golden era of peace and prosperity. How dramatically the scene has changed since then. Still greater changes are threatening now, all for the worse. As we read Numbers chapter 11 today, we saw some comparisons. The Israelites had had a wonderful and miraculous deliverance from captivity in Egypt. There was a honeymoon period at Mount Sinai, and a special tabernacle was built using the gold that they had taken from the Egyptians. Then manna, the bread from heaven, was provided as their staple food. But today's chapter starts, and the people complained about their misfortunes. Oh, that we had meat to eat! We remember the fish we ate in Egypt that cost nothing. The cucumbers, the melons, the leeks, the onions, verses 1, 4 and 5. Today's world has so many who are ready to complain about anything that is not just as they would want it. 200 years ago, nearly everyone believed in the Creator as the source of all things. 100 years ago, the majority of people still believe this, but today a large majority have turned their backs on the God of the Bible. Man is now his own God. What happened to the self-centered Israelites in the wilderness will have its parallel in the 21st century, as people faint with fear and foreboding, and distress and perplexity becomes overwhelming. Our Proverbs chapter again has valuable advice. Keep my commandments and live. Call insight your intimate friend, verses 1 to 4. Insight, inward vision in your heart of the real meaning of life. And the resurrection of Jesus is the antidote to being full of foreboding about what is coming on the world. Only God's word provides the right food for seeking hearts. Well, thank you once again for joining us for Thought for the Day, where together we can open up the pages of God's word, knowing that word to be a lamp to our feet and a light to our path.